Okay, we're gonna make a baked tomato sauce. You're gonna bake tomato sauce, that's crazy. It's not. You watch, it's gonna be good. Check it out. Well, now, any tomato sauce needs to start out with good tomatoes. Now, unlike the ones you might be used to in the grocery store that are all perfect and unblemished and you know, fire engine red, tomatoes actually come in all these colors. These are all ripe tomatoes. None of these came off the vine before they should have. Me personally, I like to look for tomatoes like this one here. You see how this one's got little spots on it? Yeah, what those spots mean is that the little leafhopper bugs decided that it would be a good idea to eat this tomato. Well, if the bugs have enough sense to eat the tomato, then maybe I should probably eat the same one, right? Because they probably know what good tomatoes taste like. Now, if it's unblemished because it had pesticide sprayed all over it, well, that means the bugs are smart enough to stay away from it, so maybe you should stay away from it too. Anyway, these are what good tomatoes look like. Get some good seeds, plant them, and you'll have good tomatoes. Let's get on to slicing. So we're going to take a tomato. If you want, you know, you can cut off the stem piece. It probably doesn't really matter, but I figured let's go ahead and get rid of it. Let's take it. You're just going to halve it one time. And then it's halved. Now, once they're halved, you're going to lay them out on a baking sheet like so. Now, you don't actually have to isolate them by color the way I'm doing. I'm just figuring, might as well try to make a little design. After you're done halving up all your tomatoes and cutting the tops of them off, you're bound to be left with a pile of tomato scraps that looks something like this. Well, what should you do with a pile of tomato scraps like this? Well, the common wisdom would be to throw them in the garbage disposal or throw them in the trash, or perhaps even throw them in the compost. But I have another idea. And if you've seen any of my previous videos, you probably know what's about to happen. But if not, I'll give you a little clue. Any idea where I'm going with this yet? Hey guys. Hey pigs. Alright, so now we've got them all halved up and on the pan. I'm going to say maybe a quarter cup or so of olive oil. Don't worry about using extra virgin olive oil, even though it does taste better when things are raw, because when you cook extra virgin olive oil, a lot of the taste goes away. So if you want to just use pure or light virgin olive oil, that's probably fine. So we just drizzle that on there like such. Very nice. And little pepper. Yeah. I think it's kind of cool when you do the baked sauce because you can decide how much of everything to put on based on how it looks rather than a certain measurement, you know? It's like you can tell the amount of pepper that you would want if you were having like a grilled tomato or a baked tomato. You can see how much pepper you'd want, you just put that on, and then whenever you bake it and mill it later, you know it's going to be right. So, got that. Now let's get a little salt. Don't skip the salt. Just these tomatoes are sweet. You cut, and if you don't have salt in there, it's going to be overpoweringly sweet. Chopped garlic. Don't mince your garlic. Minced garlic burns too easily. Doesn't taste any better. Just rough chop. About the size of green peas. Maybe a little bit smaller. I like garlic, so I'm putting a good amount on. So now it's a good idea to put some basil on. I had some fresh basil, so I went ahead and chopped some up. It doesn't have to be fresh basil. Once you bake it, it's all going to dry out anyway. So, oh, and of course, the onions. Actually, you know what? It just occurred to me. We've just actually prepared salsa. So, I mean, if you want to put this in the blender right now and have salsa, all you need is maybe some chili peppers. Which got those too, but anyway. So I think it's ready to go in the oven now. I'm gonna put a little bit more olive oil on it just because